Hello and welcome to my weekly roundup, a look at all the positive things that have happened over the last week. Last Friday I went to Lincoln to be filmed for the Lincolnshire Business Awards. I'm shortlisted in the International Business of the Year category. The filming took place at the Doubletree Hotel on the Brayford waterfront, and the guys from Northern Visuals who were doing the filming were very safety conscious. There was hand gel everywhere, they were wearing masks, and they were using a boom mic instead of these kind of mics that would be shared. So I felt very comfortable doing the filming. The awards ceremony itself will be online, of course, in March, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I tried a new networking meeting this week, Be Successful in Business Networking, which is run by Lady Adi and Stephen Finn. Something I really liked about this one was they had the 10-second lightning round. So each business just got 10 seconds to explain who they were and what they did. And this was great because it cut down on lots of waffling and people had to be really concise and really quick. And it was really interesting to see how people managed to get a lot of information across in only 10 seconds. I've also interviewed Lady Adi this week about her book for my podcast. My podcast is called Small Business, Big Network. I'm hoping it will launch next week. And the book I was talking to Lady about is the first and I think still only book on online networking, Successful Business Networking Online. If that's of interest to you, listen out for the podcast episode and Lady will be explaining all about it. On Tuesday of this week, Small Business Britain launched their How to Be Resilient report. As one of their alumni of the Small Business 100, I got a hard copy, but you can download this from the internet, and it's all sorts of hints and tips on how to be resilient in the current climate. Small Business Britain interviewed over 1,000 small businesses for this report, and there's some really interesting information in here. Something that I should have bookmarked the page, shouldn't I? Something that I wanted to read out. Yeah, how to be resilient. Give a little to get a little, and there's a number of tips under that heading, but a good one I thought was support others with promotion, social media and good reviews, and they will support you back. Costs you nothing and it can have a really good, a positive effect on your business. Now, along with my report, I also got, I've not opened it yet, a brownie from Bad Brownie. I've saved it for the weekend. I'm looking forward to eating that. So thank you, Bad Brownie, for sending that out with the How to Be Resilient report. On Tuesday, I went to a discovery session, well, online of course, with the ladies behind the Equality Practice. That's Jill Wilson and Tracy Todd. They brought together a group of business ladies from across our area to talk about the needs of women professionally and personally in the current climate. I knew most of the ladies on the call and it was lovely to catch up. There was no set agenda of what to talk about except what we can do to keep ourselves going, and there were lots of good ideas from the group, and I'm sure we're going to keep meeting and helping to support each other. I've been attending webinars which are put on by the Humber Business Growth Hub for a number of months now, and this week marketing expert Simon Shepherd was talking about 20 ways to market your business for free. These webinars are always excellent. Simon usually does them on a Tuesday afternoon, and they always go to his YouTube channel afterwards. So if you'd like to catch up on previous webinars, then do have a look for Simon Shepherd. On Wednesday, I attended a workshop put on by the Business Hive with guest speaker Steve Morris from Amplify. He was talking about how to use stories to get across what you do and who you help. I was one of 6 people invited to be on the panel, and Steve put us through our paces, giving our business pitches and then helping us to refine it to really tell a story that people can relate to. It was an excellent 90 minutes and it absolutely flew past. Later that afternoon, I attended a webinar with Anton Oliver. A small group of us have been working with Anton on his marketing mastery programme back before Christmas, and he brought us together again with some new information on how we can market our businesses more effectively. If that's something that you need help with, I can highly recommend Anton's course. He will make you look at your marketing in a completely different way and change the way you go about promoting your business. On Thursday, I went to Mingle. This is another networking group run by Talk Networking with Felicity Francis. She gets a lot of plugs, doesn't she, in my roundups. This was the first time I've been to Mingle, and it's a different kind of networking. So you see a big room of people to start with, and then you're put into breakout rooms, and throughout the course of 2 hours you move through 7 different breakout rooms, and you never see the same people twice. Everyone in your little group, there's 4 or 5 people, gets a minute to pitch their business to everyone else, and then you mingle. You can literally talk about anything, and it's during those chats that all sorts of interesting things come to light, and you learn things about people, and you think, oh, I didn't know that before, and now I can think of how I could use them or how I could help them. So I can recommend Mingle. I think the next one is already fully booked, but check out Talk Networking and find out when the one after is going to be. Last night I had a chat to the Education Director of Edge Studios. Edge Studios train voiceover artists, and they're based in New York City. And I actually did my initial voiceover training with them when I lived in America. And now I'm going to do some teaching for them. I was discussing with the Education Director about what I could do for them in terms of running a workshop, and we've decided that I'm going to run a webinar on networking for voiceover artists. This week sees the end of the course I've been running recently on networking for voiceover artists, and tonight I'm looking forward to meeting all my students on Zoom for a celebration of all they've achieved over the last 2 weeks. I'm now planning to remake that course and aim it not just at voiceover artists next time, but at all sorts of creative freelancers. So if that's you and you're interested in finding out how networking could grow your business, then do get in touch with me and I'll put you on the waiting list and let you know when the next course is available. I've had some great one-to-ones this week, including Abby Head from Amoriantos Design, I hope I've said that right, she makes silver jewellery, and Sophie Shrubhole, who organises tours to the battlefields. Of course, she hasn't been able to go for a number of months now, but Sophie's a really interesting person to chat to, and I would love to be able to do one of her tours, perhaps when the world reopens again. And one last thing I wanted to tell you, which I've written down on a piece of paper so I wouldn't forget, is that this coming Tuesday I'm going to be running a free webinar with Jonathan Tilley. Now, Jonathan Tilley is also a voiceover artist, but he's mainly known as being a marketing guru for creative freelancers, and he and I are running a free workshop about the League of List Builders course. Jonathan's course, League of List Builders, I did 3 years ago now, I think, and I've been using his methods ever since, and I can highly recommend his course. It's helped me to grow my client base, my email list, and if that's something that you need to do as a creative freelancer, then do come along to our free webinar and find out more about League of List Builders, and you can ask Jonathan any questions you like, and I'll be telling my story of how League of List Builders has worked for me. So that's going to be on Tuesday night at 5 o'clock, and I will add a link so that you can find that webinar and sign up for it. So I think that's my roundup for this week, and I'm looking forward to chatting to you again next week.